Hello, welcome back to this Round 2 DEI Carthage Let's Play.
My name is Icarix, by the way. Nice to see you all again.
Yes, and I'm Kunagusus. As you can see if you watched the last part, we are following from where we left off, which was right as we began an ambush against Rome. First battle of our Punic War.
Yeah, so we're getting ambushed by fireballs, damn it.
No, we're doing the ambushing.
Ooh.
No, we're ambushing them.
With fucking fireballs, man.
Yeah, that's what you get in ambush battles. Unfortunately, I did not utilise them very well.
Yeah, they rolled right past them.
Yeah. That's how it is. But anyways, this is my new model army, so no hoplites. And it's also the first time using Geisetai. This is against the Camillan Romans, so they're going to be all spear armed, which means my elephants, unfortunately, are going to die. Quite a few of them are going to die in this battle, as you saw. Some of them dropped dead. Also, because I wasn't using them very well, clearly.
Oh shit.
Well, in the end, it's going pretty okay. The battle. Romans are surrounded mostly.
But at what cost?
So yeah, as you see, my Geisetai in action right there. Fighting some.
They're getting all in on the action down there.
Yeah. And you see all troops are fighting. My slingers are firing. Probably doing quite a bit of friendly fire casualties with this. I just kind of let them on fire.
Is it?
No, it's not. I let them on fire at will. And my Sicilian sellswords are after routing.
Sure, I can't see any way this will backfire at us.
Well, I have some news to tell you once we're done recording about how this war with Rome has been going. But, yeah. As we see, the Roman general is already wavering. He's being attacked by my cavalry. And now he's routed.
It's like they didn't even stand a chance.
That's ambushes for you.
Sure, they had less than a 1% chance of survival anyway. Maybe a 0.5%. Definitely
well,
less than 1.
Sometimes an ambush battle can not go your way. Happened once when I was playing as the Adrician Kingdom.
Shit.
I had 2 full stacks trying to ambush a Roman full stack. And basically my first army that was doing the direct ambushing was pretty much wiped out.
Well, I saw a few horses there running away for their dear lives.
Well, yeah, horses are kind of coward animals, you might say.
You could say that.
But yeah, as we see, the enemy are fighting. There goes my Libyans charging. Elephants are also moving in, and it looks like the enemy's mostly beaten. Again, this battle was pretty short. They're already wavering right as my elephants are about to smash in.
And what a collision course it is!
So now we're in the routing phase, where my troops just kill the little scraps.
They kill all the leftovers and eat them for desserts.
Suppose you want to say that. Sure, the Romans basically described us Irish as being cannibals.
Racist fucks.
Yeah, so as you see, there goes the little fights and duels you see in the routing phase. Those are quite fun to watch because we can see a lot of the cool kill animations.
Never seen any kill animations on this before.
I've seen plenty. There are all sorts of interesting animations.
Well, there they are, running for their dear lives.
Indeed. As they're being chased down and killed.
God, the humanity.
Yes, the humanity. Yeah. Here we see some of the Geisetai in action. As I said, those dudes are naked.
Naked and unafraid.
Pretty much. They're really good, despite their no armour and nudiness.
They're proud of themselves.
Oh yeah. How would you feel about running into battle with nothing but just a cloak and a big shield and spear?
Well, I can't say for experience, so I will just keep my mouth shut.
Yeah. Yeah, they are fun to use. I kind of lately been moving away from using them when it came to fighting Rome.
Yeah?
Yeah, I sort of just began to replace them with the other Gallic spears, the Adgenios Lankia, which are basically heavily armoured. Although their fighting seals are not as good as the Gaisetai. But yeah. So there we go, they're getting into formation. Yeah, base morale of 70. That's ridiculously high.
That just shows you how special they are.
Yeah. And they're impetuous, as I just highlighted over there. So when they're eager, they get a morale bonus. So they've got really high morale. But yes, as we see now, they're getting chased by my Libyan cavalry. This will be wrapped up soon and we'll be back to the campaign.
Oh man, and just when the carnage was getting good.
As well as when the carnage is ending. And there we are. See the overall casualties. So no unit losses on my side, pretty mild casualties, and I enslaved the enemy captives.
That was easy.
It was, but that's the thing, it was an ambush. They walked right into.
Just the easiest ambush ever put into Total War, if you
Probably
ask
not
me.
the easiest. You haven't seen other ambushes that I've seen.
I can't wait for future experiences then.
Not necessarily talking about this campaign, but in other campaigns I've played. Especially the Adricians, those have been a lot of fun.
So I wonder what body parts those discovered hidden agents got chopped off.
Anyways, in terms of what I'm actually doing, I did decide to research my reforms tech. And there I was initially pursuing that army, but didn't want to risk causing them any more trouble for myself, so I decided to pull back into Sicily.
They're too chicken shit.
It's called being cautious. I replaced those Sicilian sellswords with Scutari, because they didn't seem to do so good in that battle. But yeah, so I'm researching the reforms tech to get the Thyreos reforms. Of course, they won't trigger for another while in this campaign, but best to get that sorted. And now I'm moving my faction leader's army into Spain. Well, further into Spain to take out the Lusitani.
We fight for you, my lord.
Just having a look at what I can recruit there. There we are, moving this army from Aralicum down.
A lot of moving around there.
We have to move around. There are some parts inside Acragus.
Ready for battle.
Yeah, so just surveying things. I have to level up that judge, as he's called.
Sure needs to move on to grander cases.
And here we have the Romans attacking Acragus. Let's see what happens here. It's Romans and pirates. The auto-resolve is in my favour. So it looks like I'd probably decide to auto-resolve it. Since
Because
they're
just not worth our time, man.
It's that, and I'm also kind of lazy. Here we get something. The Lusitani sent a bunch of their armies to attack this army of mine. It's my faction leader's army. And so we decided to fight it out.
Yes,
see you
this
on the
is
other
one of
side.
the more interesting ones because we get our asses kicked.
I don't think we get our asses kicked.
Let's find out.
Well, I did play this out, and I can assure you that my faction leader is even alive to this day, as of the last session I recorded.
But the audience don't know that.
Well, they do now.
Or do they? Let's find out.
Anyways, moving my army forward. And yeah, I do apologize regarding the little stuttering. It gets better after a while. So for the next file, you're going to probably have to do a general progression in poorer quality animations for the battles until later on it'll stabilize better once everything is in order. But yeah, so sorry about that, can't be helped, and unfortunately can't go back over this.
It is what it is.
Orders understood.
Indeed. And see, I got my Tarantines out there. Now my Sardinian spear archers are firing. And enemy cavalry's moving. Looks like they're charging towards some of my swords. Fortunately, I got Ligurian spears right there. And my Tarantines are fighting the enemy Iberian cavalry. And now I put my hoplites into their phalanx formation. Which is pretty good timing as the enemy's charging.
This coming from the guy who wanted to go through some of this without hoplites, apparently.
Well, it's usually later on I start to like moving away from hoplites.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hoplites do their job fine, but sometimes I like a more maneuverable army. Here we have my Gallic sword band fighting some enemy spears. Dogoderri. And there's my Sicilian style swords fighting some Iberian levies. My Brutians are getting pelted by ammunition, probably javelins.
My first guess was going to be javelins. I wasn't going to guess lead stones a second time.
Yeah, the Ibarana Lusitani ambushers. So yeah, they're javelin troops.
The infantry's holding themselves pretty well.
Yeah, that looks like my Gallic swords are losing. We'll have to see what happens. Moving my elephants. And my Scutari are fighting those spearmen. My Numidians seem to be kind of clashing against those lancers. Moving my Gallic spears to try and relieve them. The general tactic I do, use my cavalry to snag the enemy cavalry long enough for my spears to reach and pull out my cavalry.
You're very strategic, Kunagusis. Can I just tell you that?
You kind of have to be strategic in this game.
I don't know, it just seems to bear repeating is all, you know?
It's almost as if they're being paid to sing my praises.
Emphasized.
Anyways, the enemy's starting to kind of break a little bit. Some of their troops are. And my faction leaders after fighting enemy cavalry. And it looks like my Tarantines are probably routed. So yeah, Those cavalry ran off, which is good. There's my Qart-Hadasht. Elephants are causing a bit of mayhem now, smashing up enemies.
How would you rank that collision course right there?
Look at my Ligurians are wavering.
I'd give it a 5.
Splendid. And then my Ligurians have begun to rout. My general's fighting on and apparently winning against enemy cavalry. Ooh, trying to get him away from that. Too many enemies.
Yeah, they're maneuvering in right there, stopping them dead in their tracks.
Looks like one of my swords ended up breaking. I shot him, probably the Sicilian swords.
Well, that's not good.
You can see that again. And then my Qart-Hadasht have charged in. Fighting those medium spears. And those Iberian Noble cavalry are now fighting my Brutian swords. I've got my elephants trying to help relieve them.
Trying to trap them on all sides.
Gallic spears there. Yeah, I think this battle was a particularly rough one going by my memory, and even just looking at this, I think it was quite rough and probably quite close. Of course, I could be misremembering, but going by what I can remember from just watching this.
Oh, they're catching up now.
The cavalry are fighting those spears. And looks like they got hit by Qart-Hadasht. My DBA hostile. Now my elephants are hitting those ranged troops. As were my Numidians.
Now I'd give that a solid 7 or 8 right there.
Lovely.
How would you rank it?
I suppose similar enough, I suppose. After repeating, I suppose, but whatever.
To each his own. Well, they're making short work of them there, getting decimated by the seconds.
Well, certainly my Gallic spears are surrounded. Moving my swords in to help.
Cavalry's on the way though.
Well, my swords are, not really cavalry though.
You get my meaning.
Now I'm moving my hoplites. Yeah, so it's looking pretty rough. Like a Wolverine. Yeah, my Gallic spears are just broken. Or shattered, rather. Many millions of elephants have charged in, of course, as you can see.
I can see that it's a bloody bloodbath.
Yeah, the
bloodiest
general just
bloody,
after running into my hoplites.
the bloodiest bloody bloodbath.
Yes, how eloquent of you.
That's my specialty.
Clearly.
I know.
And my elephants are wavering, as well as my Numidians.
Oh
There's
shit.
only 8 elephants left. Now I'm moving them away.
It's not looking good down there.
The balance bar is my favourite, but yeah, my hoplites are having a hard time. Yeah, my general's trying to take out those enemy cavalry. The enemy general. Certainly a pretty rough battle, isn't it?
Yeah, very.
Yeah.
It's like each side refuses to go down, like.
So it looks like it's my Libyan hoplites and Brutian swords versus those noble spearmen. Shit. But yeah. I imagine those Brutian swords have very high melee defense.
Sure, I can only imagine myself.
Well, I'm just on it because they have those big Skuta shields. Those usually provide like 8 melee defense bonus, which is high for shields. Was probably the highest of shield bonuses.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like units that have the type of shield get that bonus. I believe those kind of shields were quite heavy. But yeah, so my general is charging to the rear of those spears. Moving them out so I can probably charge again. And those spears are surrounded by my hoplites.
Well, it looks as though you're getting the upper hand down there.
Oh yeah, I am. They're starting to waver, which is good. So yeah, we're definitely going to be winning this, but it's going to be probably reasonably costly. Or not.
Reasonably, I'd say massively.
Let's just say I don't lose those spear archers for another good while, so at least they were kept intact.
Ooh, that was a rough one down there.
And there we are. Battle over. So they're pretty battered. Okay, so the only unit lost are those Gallic swords.
They weren't important anyway.
This probably helped break the Lusitani's back.
If you truly serve your gods.
Yeah, it's reject their offer. I get my Thraeus parades. So I just need to meet the turn numbers.
My god, piracy's everywhere these days.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Stop yawning, Kunagooses. You're live.
Well,
Dear
sorry.
viewers, I have to apologize, dear viewers. Kunagooses is yawning live on set. I mean, that's just like, I don't know what.
Well, sorry about that. Let's say I did have to get up fairly early for the first time in over a month.
I won't argue with that logic.
You know, as you know, I am a night owl. I'm sure you know yourself. So
Every 20-year-old, I'm assuming, is a night owl these days, or at least 20-year range.
Yes, and so have that and have me consistently follow that sleep schedule, and then now I have to try and get up early because I'm back in uni.
Ready for orders.
So yeah, clearly.
Tanid, bless our journey.
Plus, I'm also in like the pitch darkness.
Setting forth in the name of God.
That's probably not helping, you know. Anyways, so
Then
more...
turn on a damn light, man.
Well, not right now.
Whatever.
So I disband that unit of Skitarii, and I'm not sure what I replaced them with at this stage. And it looks like I dismantled that barracks in Carolus because I don't feel like I need a barracks in Carolus. Or Brody in Corsica and Sardinia. So now I'm going to be recruiting more buildings, or building more
Hispania seems to be
buildings.
doing pretty well for itself.
What's that?
Hispania seems to be doing pretty well for itself.
Oh yeah.
Pretty well fortified.
Well, I think it's had some of the longest held territory, so... Maybe we have another attack by Brown. And I auto-resolve it again.
Acragus.
Yes. Acragus. I enslaved the captives. And here we have another attack by the Lusitani, outside of Gadir. And this is a bit of a blast from the past.
Oh god. Don't take me back there.
In this case, the odds are in our favour.
Well,
Yes, I think I vaguely...
that's a relief.
At least I think I vaguely recall this one. Yeah, I think the AI just kind of put all of its eggs in one basket effectively and just concentrated its forces in one area. Well, it's prone to doing that. But here we have the enemy cavalry coming in. And they already took some...
Already? God almighty.
Well, yeah. And they're already being wiped out by my Balearic slingers.
Not even halfway through the battlefield and already dropping like flies.
Well, again, they do pretty good missile damage for slingers, and I think they're a good counter to cavalry.
Sure, I'd have them on me all the time if that was the case.
There's only 5 guys left. And
Oh
they're
man, that
killed.
must be embarrassing for them.
They're pretty much all dead. So that's the enemy general
Most
dead.
embarrassing defeats ever in the history of Total War. And I know there probably are better examples than what we've seen there, but for our experience at the very least, I'd say that was
Well,
pretty
your
embarrassing.
experience. So you see, and more sheep to the slaughter. But yeah, I think my plan was simply to see what side they focus their forces on and move my troops the other way so that I can hit them from behind.
So they haven't even broken past they haven't even broken past the front guards yet.
Well, the whole point is that those front guards, you might say, keep the enemy at bay, whilst I move around with my melee troops and hit them from behind. That's the plan. I don't think it goes exactly that way in this battle. So yeah, Lusitani light cavalry.
There'll be a dead cavalry sometime soon.
Yes, probably. Quite satisfying to watch, I dare say.
Yes, very, very satisfying.
As you see, their javelins hitting my hoplites. And now they're running away.
Run, little bitches!
Yes. Here comes the enemy infantry. Yeah, it's enough admiring, I say.
Oh no! I want to bask in all this admiration.
Yeah, so here we are. The bulk of the enemy forces. Got some slingers and javelin men.
Bringing out the big guns now.
Oh yeah. Let's see what happens.
We still got a ways to go.
A bit. Maybe those milites, Illergitum, the Illergitan swords. They're a pretty solid unit. In general, they're pretty solid, but I haven't really used them as Carthage.
Well, here's your chance to see how they fare in action.
Well, they probably do okay, but I think I have kind of better troops I can use. Like my Skutari. Anyways, my hoplites are taking some pretty heavy casualties from this.
What? No! I thought this would be a walk in the park!
Swords!
Yeah. And the enemy infantry are beginning to charge up, so yeah. Now I'm beginning to move around and deploy my troops. Really my Greek hoplites. And then said to move my hoplites over to reinforce. It's my
Get
other
your
Greek.
asses over there and help us, man!
Yeah, it's my other Greek hoplites and Sacred Band. They got my Libyans and, well, I mentioned Greek. Yeah. Yeah, I put a rally so they can keep going long enough. Yeah, I think I'll try to move those Balearic slingers over to that hill so they could shoot down. And I move out my Numidians because they're fast and they can pick off some of the enemy skirmishers. So, yep. Not many of those hoplites left. The Libyans are holding okay.
Well, they're holding their own at the very least. They're strong little fuckers.
Yeah. And they've got archers. Numidian mercenary archers.
What kind of archers are they throwing?
Well, they've got some mercenary Numidian archers. I just mean what kind of arrows, in which case be whatever their basic arrows. I don't think there's anything special about mercenary Numidian archers.
What
Not
about
like,
the arrows like?
I don't know, whatever your normal arrows are like.
Alright.
Again, nothing special about them. They're not like Cretan archers. You know. But anyway, so my Numidians have routed one enemy skirmisher unit, and let's hope they pick off the others soon.
That's good. That's
Yeah,
very,
they're
very
charging.
good.
Yeah, it's just a random unit Carthaginian militia. Moving my spears around to join the melee troops and elephants. Yep, my Numidians are attacking those guys.
Whew! They thought they had us for a second there.
Because now they can stop pelting my poor old hoplites.
Yeah, come on, what did those hoplites ever do to you?
Fight for the enemy.
Death to the enemy!
Yes, well, my elephants are passing by.
Oh, let's get ready for our ranking. Let's see how they fare. Ooh, a full-on triple collision there.
Ooh. I
I
don't...
give that a 4.
Yeah, I think I'd give that a slightly higher score. Had a bit of a nice
Not enough
oomph
carnage.
to it.
Not enough carnage though.
Let's just see how many kills the elephants have. Already over 120.
Not bad, not bad.
So, I think that was pretty good. Luckily now I'm going to charge my Numidians in. But already much of the enemy is beginning to waver. Well, they have lost their general, so it's not going to help them.
That's rough.
Yeah, my Sacred Band are now fighting. It's getting all stuttery now.
Yeah, that's what happens when you have dozens of variables across your screen, like...
Yeah, and look, they've all shattered.
Every man for himself!
So now we're in a good, quite prolonged routing phase. Let's see, can we enjoy some nice carnage?
This is more pest control than anything else.
I might have lost a unit of elephant, might have lost an elephant.
An extreme form of pest control then.
But yeah, so that was pretty easy enough.
Where's that big easy button when you need it?
Maybe you should add that in post.
Maybe I will.
That'd be good crack. But yeah, that's the thing. The key sort of tactic in these things is the AI is often going to try and funnel its forces into one area. So the ideal thing to do would be to have some sturdy defenses inside one area and move your other troops around. It's actually how I do my fort battles when I'm defending.
Good strategy.
I suppose it is a little, well, is a little exploity, maybe, I guess. I'm trying to sort of... I don't really like to go completely by cheesing exploiting the AI, but kind of can't help it if that's what the AI is doing.
Sure, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
But in some ways it is kind of broke, the fact that this problem, that the AI is dumb.
I'm talking more of the strategy that you use, not the AI itself, like...
I know. And well, here we go. And their casualties are pretty massive.
I'd say that was a glorious victory.
Indeed. And all this just leads to even more weakness to the Lusitani. They have a harder time recovering from that.
Ooh, new mission.
It was just to raise an army in Gadir.
Baal Hamun be praised.
Yes, Baal Hamon be praised indeed.
Self-flagellating praise much?
Don't think it's particularly self-flagellant. Just saying that Baal Hamon be praised.
Yeah, especially that's when you. Ugh, never mind.
Yeah, you seem to try and have a point and you just fell apart.
Yes, because my points are built on sand castles at this stage.
Yes.
Great and glorious thing to fight
There's a
for
debate
our
what unit to recruit. I was like, go for the, yes, I recruit the Libyans and I get his Kaitrati and Scutari. And I get rid of those elephants for the better elephant unit. Speaking of elephants, I just unlocked Atlas elephants in the campaign where I'm at.
Ah, great.
Yep.
What are elephants like?
They're basically, well, the best elephants Carthage can recruit.
Wow, impressive.
Yes. And I build a shrine to Baal Hamon. But yeah, they're basically
we fight for you.
got better armor and they've got towers on them. With guys that shoot that fire javelins and on the enemy.
Setting forth in the name of Carthage.
So yeah, moving this army down by Arce.
Baal Hamon be praised.
Yes, Baal Hamon be praised. Ah yes, good old Baal Hamon. Don't know much about him.
Hamon's the greatest. Baal Hamon be praised. Baal
Yes.
Hamon, strike down our enemies.
And I build a suburbs, wherever that industrial area is called. And I move my governor into Acragas to reinforce it. And there we have the Galecki.
You have the ear of my people.
And they don't want trade. Suppose we did probably have a war not long ago, and then nothing happened.
Well, fuck you then.
Yes, there's Libyan Phoenician thorax swords, and those are the Atlas elephants. That's why I can recruit with that next level barracks. And we have those prize viable mercenaries. Those guys are really good.